Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a thought-provoking video where we delve into a truly controversial and thought-provoking speech delivered by a Zionist Jewish rabbi. In this impassioned address, the rabbi challenges conventional notions of mercy, invoking the teachings of the Torah to make a shocking argument. His words, "Anyone who shows mercy to vicious people will ultimately become vicious towards merciful people," will undoubtedly ignite a deep and profound conversation. Join us as we explore the profound insights and implications of this bold perspective, and consider the complex relationship between mercy and warfare, in the context of the Torah's teachings. This speech opens the door to a discussion that delves deep into the heart of ethical and moral considerations, and we invite you to engage with this challenging and thought-provoking perspective.
Anyone who is merciful over vicious people ultimately will become vicious towards merciful people. There is no permission from the Torah to have any mercy whatsoever during war. Not on children, not on women, not on anybody. Why? Because if a person understands what is war and why you're fighting, you'll understand that by being merciful on the vicious, you will eventually become vicious on the merciful.
Let's repeat the exact words of this rabbi. Anyone who shows mercy over vicious people will eventually become vicious towards merciful people, because there is no permission from the Torah to have any mercy whatsoever during war, not on children, not on women, not on anybody. This is because if a person understands the nature of war and why they are fighting, they will realize that being merciful to the vicious can lead to becoming vicious towards the merciful. Please share your thought about this speech in the comments. Now let's take a look at Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's latest speech.
You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember, and we are fighting. Our brave troops and combatants who are now in Gaza or around Gaza and in all other regions in Israel are joining this chain of Jewish heroes, a chain that has started 3,000 years ago from Joshua ben Nun until the heroes of 1948, the Six-Day War, the 73 October War, and all other wars in this country.
So what is Amalek that the Prime Minister refers to? Let's take a deeper look. In Jewish scripture, Amalek is a significant and recurring biblical antagonist associated with evil and enmity towards the Jewish people. The concept of Amalek is introduced in the Torah, primarily in the book of Exodus and the book of Deuteronomy, and is further discussed in other parts of the Hebrew Bible. Origins of Amalek. According to the Bible, Amalek is descended from Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, who is also known as Israel. The Amalekites were seen as the descendants of Esau's grandson, Amalek. The enmity between Amalek and Israel is rooted in a historical conflict and rivalry between the two nations. Amalek's attack. The most well-known account involving Amalek is their attack on the Israelites shortly after the Exodus from Egypt. In the book of Exodus, Exodus 17:8-16, the Amalekites ambushed the Israelites at Rephidim in the desert. Joshua led the Israelites in battle against Amalek, while Moses, with Aaron and Hur, climbed a hill to pray. As long as Moses held his hands up in prayer, the Israelites prevailed, but when he grew tired and lowered his hands, Amalek gained the upper hand. Eventually, the Israelites were victorious, and God commanded Moses to write in a book that he would utterly blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Symbol of evil. Amalek is often portrayed as a symbol of evil and the embodiment of wickedness. The rabbis in Jewish tradition emphasize that Amalek's unprovoked attack on the Israelites in the wilderness represents the epitome of cruelty and ruthlessness. Continuing enmity. The Bible repeatedly warns about the ongoing enmity with Amalek, and the duty of the Jewish people to remember what Amalek did. In the book of Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 25:17-19, the Israelites are instructed to blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven, and are reminded to never forget the attack on the vulnerable, weary Israelites. This remembrance is observed in Jewish tradition as the commandment of Zakah, remember, often associated with the holiday of Purim. Historical context. It's important to note that the historical details of the Amalekites are not well documented outside the Bible, and there is debate among scholars about the exact identity and history of the Amalekite people. Some suggest that they may have been a nomadic group in the ancient Near East that posed a threat to Israel. Symbolic significance. Beyond its historical context, Amalek has taken on symbolic significance in Jewish thought. Amalek is seen as a representation of persistent and unrelenting evil that exists in the world. The commandment to remember Amalek serves as a reminder of the moral imperative to confront evil and injustice. In summary, Amalek in Jewish scripture is a biblical antagonist symbolizing evil and enmity towards the Jewish people. The conflict between Amalek and Israel is a recurring theme, and the commandment to remember and blot out the memory of Amalek emphasizes the need to confront and resist evil in the world. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. We would love to hear your thoughts.